like science has proven. So
What is energy?
Energy is define it. I would say you'd have to define it down to its smallest atom.
If you read the books of physics,
Yeah.
the physicists all of them agree that energy, in another word, ability to do work.
Right.
So, that ability to do work exists by itself.
Right. Okay. Is that how it's defined?
Yeah, it's defined this way.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So
that's why they said the scientists said energy has to exist in something else. Because basically, it's like me telling you, I see knowledge walking down the street.
Right.
Knowledge has to exist in something else.
It has to exist within something, yeah?
It's abstract.
So it's
abstract.
Right.
Yes,
right.
it's embodied.
It's not tangible.
Can that manifest itself as an atom, and then like the atom, you know, there are subatomic particles and what have you, yeah? And so I think, you know, the atom is the building block of basic.
No, but if you're saying, if you say everything goes back to an atom, and it goes back to energy,
couldn't that atom be self-existent?
How?
Because they say that science basically says that energy can't be created. So where does
you know that see that
statement?
Second law of thermodynamics.
Right.
That matter can either be created or destroyed.
Yeah.
Do you know who told you that first? In this context?
I've read it. Do you know what I mean? Just going through.
And when you read it, did they tell you that this law of physics is a proof by the universe is eternal?
No.
They haven't used it in that context. I'll tell you why, because that's actually a misunderstanding of the actual principle.
Okay.
They say that in a closed system, matter can even be created or destroyed.
Right, okay.
That means, other than a closed system, that law doesn't apply.
Okay.
I'll give you examples. And when you go to like A-level physics, they use these examples as well. So it's just basic stuff that you look at it. An example of a closed system, okay, as opposed to other types of systems, we go for the three types of system. A closed system, an open system, and an isolated system.
Right.
An open system, we're going to use an example in our everyday life, a pot full of water on a stove.
Right.
Now, what does an open system mean? Open means that matter and energy can go in and out.
Right.
So matter being the steam, water particles, energy being the heat.
Right. Okay.
That's open. It can go in and out. Yeah. Closed. What we're going to do, we're going to put a lid on that pot. Now that's a closed system. Okay. Whereby the matter can't, the heat can't get out. Sorry. Where the heat can get out, or the matter cannot get out.
Right.
Okay. Yes. The heat can get out. Put your hand near the pot, it's still hot. But the matter cannot get out. Okay. The water particles cannot come out because the lid is on it. Isolated system. The closest example in the real world they've got is a flask. Right. Where it doesn't let the water out, or the hot coffee, whatever it is, and it doesn't let the heat out. In reality, it does eventually, but for the argument, it doesn't let it out. Okay. Now that law only applies to one of those ones, the closed system. Now, just to give you an example, why you can't now say that the universe is eternal based upon the argument. Right. You've got a pot and pan at home, and you've got a lid at home. You make a close, when you're making a nice food, you close the lid on the pot and you've made a closed system. Is that closed system eternal?
No, it's not.
There you go.
Right, okay, I see that. Okay.
So to say that matter can even be created and destroyed, that's half of it. Right. The reality is, in a closed system, and when you look at the closed system doesn't even itself have to necessarily be eternal. Right, okay. Now, going on to it, we can see the effects of knowledge. Let's skip around this energy thing and we'll show you why the energy thing can't stand on its own. Okay. Why, forget about talking about power, let's talk about the effects of knowledge. Right. We was talking about the effects of power. Let's talk about the effects of knowledge, which is clear. Okay. That bucket there, that's either one or two things. Either matter organized itself, and there was no knowledge used in making it, no knowledgeable agent or knowledgeable creator used to make it, or that's a product of a man's knowledge. Right,
it's a manifestation.
So you now, we don't even need to go into the answer. Because it's ridiculous to say what that other stuff.
Okay, I'm with that.
It's a product of knowledge. Okay. We can see the effects of knowledge. Why? Because we can see the purpose of the handle.
Yeah.
You can see the purpose of the slit where the thing goes into it.
Yes, yeah.
Your t-shirt has a purpose. It's fit to certain. Now, your heart has a purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah? Pump blood. Your kidneys have a purpose to filter. Your brain has a purpose. Your eyes have a purpose.
Yeah.
Matter on its own doesn't understand purpose.
Yeah.
It doesn't understand purpose. Matter on its own. Rather, this is all effects of a knowledgeable, willful, powerful agent.
Okay. Right.
So for us now,
Yeah.
we don't even need to establish when the universe was created or anything like that.
Right.
We don't even need to do that. We can see now that this universe is a product of a knowledgeable creator. Same way that is, same way your t-shirt is, same way your eye is.
Okay.
Now it's based upon that level that we know there's a creator because matter cannot organize itself in that something so small on that scale.
Yeah, sure.
How can it do that on a larger scale? To say that is a product of no knowledge, matter just organize itself, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Let alone now to say that the whole of the universe, including mankind, is even more ridiculous.
Right.
If it's ridiculous on that small level,
Yeah.
so that's why we say, and also that's the knowledgeable argument, that's the intellectual argument.
Yeah.
Before all of that, before you come across these agnostic writings and these atheistic writings, you had a natural perception, a natural disposition, where you knew instinctively that there's some higher force, some higher being. And when you was on a plane and the plane was about to shake, you would call upon that creator. You would call upon him when in your day-to-day you're a self-labeled atheist or agnostic, wherever it is. But you would call, why? That's the natural disposition coming out.
Okay.
And we can see that in every society, they all have this. Perception of a supreme deity. But then they invent ancestor worship and celestial body worship to get to that supreme being. So that's why we see all of these things, they're just means to get to that supreme being.
Make the time
Are you serious?
So based on that now, that's the natural thing that you have inside you. But what happens is our society kind of bluntens it, but it takes it away and kind of wears it down. But it's still there. When you sincerely reflect on it, you still have enough of this natural disposition to actually acknowledge that there is a creator.
Okay.
And also the intellectual argument that we've given, product of knowledge, no knowledge, doesn't make sense. And also the prophets and messengers, they come. The prophets and messengers, they come with their message to worship this creator that you knew about from your natural disposition and that you knew about from your rational observation. Okay. So the prophets are coming to you and saying, this is the message that has come from God. You have certain tools. Analyze the core message of it.
Ibrahim.
Once you've accepted it, then comes the other secondary stages.
But couldn't Almighty Creator, he kind of reveal himself to each individual, you know, right? How he comes to the prophets, surely he could come to each individual and speak to them directly without...
What did you think about what he said? Because not you said you come as an agnostic. The brother just enlightened us and explained something now. So what has your position changed in any way? Because he just explained something from something that you might not have been taught yourself. So what is your position right now?
I mean, I know,
based upon what he said.
what he said is like, I don't find any kind of problem with there being a higher power.
Right.
It's just like, you know, how this higher power manifested, how this higher power manifests itself. Basically, he's saying like through the prophets, saying a higher power would be capable of manifesting itself through every human being directly.
Allah is able to communicate to anyone who wills.
Right.
He's able to. But does he choose to do that? That's a different thing.
Right. Yeah.
For us, the definition of a prophet is somebody who has been given information and elevated.
Right.
These are the best of people.
Okay.
And firstly, it's down that Allah chose them. It's not that because they reached a certain level of righteousness that they became a prophet due to their spiritual exercises. It wasn't that. Allah has chosen them. So if Allah wills to choose, your creator wills to choose to speak to this person, but to speak to this person, so be it.
Yeah.
That's not a reason to deny him.
Right.
The fire burns.
Yeah, but it does kind of it kind of breeds sort of like it kind of makes it open to misinterpretation, though, doesn't it? Really? Because everybody's going to can like interpret that message in a different way if it's coming from
But
somebody else.
we have when the prophets come, they give you the remedy as well. They give you the guidelines. So the prophet will tell you how to interpret their message.
Yeah.
But people are evil. Some people are evil. Some people are ignorant.
Yeah.
Some people go astray because of their desires and their evilness.
Yeah.
Some people go astray because of their lack of understanding.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's many things to it.
Okay.
But with the Prophet Muhammad, we can establish and understand his message.
Yeah.
There is a way where we can go back to his message.
Yeah.
There is a way we can. Unlike other religions, with Islam, that comes that is this natural belief that we spoke about. All the prophets came with it.
Right.
The previous belief was sorted. They were not preserved.
Right. Okay.
With Islam, the core text of Islam, i.e. the Quran and the Prophet's statements, they are preserved by chains of transmission and consensus. Okay, that's primarily from the Quran. So once in hadith and ahad in hadith as well, this comes into it. But there is ways to preserve and check. So we have the text preserved, we have the way of transmission of the text, and we have the interpretation of the text. If you was to try and keep counting what God's done for you, you wouldn't be able to do it. Because we give this example all the time, £2 million for your eyes. You know, they sell kidneys and that in organs in Europe and that they do that, Would you sell your kidney for 2 million? Your eyes for 10 million? 10 million? 10 million, come on, you would.
No, I wouldn't.
A billion.
No, I wouldn't.
A billion.
Well, I couldn't because I couldn't enjoy the money because
So now, this creator has
Yeah.
given you this thing, which is worth more to you than 10 million. More to you than 10 million. Now, if I was to come to you just with 10 million, if I was to come with you for 100 grand and give it to you, what are you going to say to me? Nice one. Thank you. Thank you. What about the one who gave it to you in the first place? If you was to cross the road and the car was about to come and look you down, and I was to pull you back, what would you say to me? What about the one who gave you your life in the first place? So this is what the message of the Prophet was. Be grateful to him by singing him out alone in worship. So the core message of all of the prophets, and Muhammad being the last of them, is that there is no deity worthy of worship in truth except for Allah, and that Muhammad is his final saying message. This is how you please that creator. And then what comes with it.
You know,
but this is the key.
Inshallah. You know what's your name, by the way? Benjamin, that's what you mentioned. Benjamin. Benjamin, one of the sons of Jacob. Yes, Benjamin. My name is Shamsi. Benjamin, what the Prophet was saying to you is a logical argument, without any doubt. That when you came here, you said energy. As the Prophet explained, likewise, when you say energy is, as we have mentioned, ability to work. That is not enough. You need what? Knowledge. You need wisdom. So the fact that we can see this universe and we can reflect upon it is either, as the Prophet mentioned, a product of knowledgeable creator, powerful creator, willful creator, or none of that. Logic dictates you must have possessed this attribute, as the Prophet demonstrated to you. Now, as I mentioned that we know that if someone did something good to me, I have to thank him. Correct? So as the brother mentioned, if someone give you £2 million for your eyes, he will never give it. So I'm saying, what about the one who give you eyes? The one who give you a life for free? You know what I mean? He deserves to be worshipped. You should thank him. But the question that will come, how should worship my creator, the one who created me? Logic dictates the only way that we know our purpose and how we worship the creator, what comes from him. Okay? Like look, the prophets and messengers that God chose amongst his creation, even though they never met each other while they were preaching on the earth, but they came with the same message. Like between Jesus and the Prophet Muhammad, 600 years gap. But both of them came with the same teaching. Worship the God of Abraham and stay away from the false gods. Let us go more longer. Moses and Prophet Muhammad, thousands of years gap. But they came with the same teaching. But again, many people will claim to be prophet of God, but they are liars. But remember, God is the most wise, the most just. So when he chose people amongst us to teach us our purpose of life, he gave them something that differentiated from the rest of the people. In order for you and I to come to conclusion, he's a prophet of God, he's a liar. One of the characteristics, those prophets of God, they are known to be trustworthy, truthful, honest people amongst their nations. Like if you study the biography of Prophet Muhammad, because what I have to do here, Benjaminia, what I have to do, I don't have to establish Jesus as a prophet or Moses. if I establish Prophet Muhammad as a true prophet, logic dictates you should believe what he came with. Correct? Like, for example, if you have a disease, may Allah forbid, and you told me, you know what, Shamsi, I accept you're a doctor, and you know the problem with my disease, and you know the cure for it. Logic dictates you should believe, you should follow what I'm going to tell you to do. You see what I'm saying? Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. So now, the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, meaning peace be upon him, so they were not to be trustworthy, truthful, honest people. Likewise, let me ask you this question. Who knows the future? That's why when God chose prophets and messengers, remember they are claiming to be the messengers of the Most High, the messengers of the most powerful. You know what I mean? So he's not going to tell them, just say a messenger of God, yakfi, sufficient. No. Now, Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam lived 1400 years ago in Mecca, in the middle of nowhere. He prophesied about the things that will occur in our time. For example, he said there will come a time when you see the barefoot Arab man competing in building tall buildings. Bear in mind, when the Prophet Muhammad mentioned that, the Arabs back then in his time, they were not known to do that. They also were known, the Persians, the Romans, the Egyptians, the Greeks. Let me ask you this question. Where is the tallest building in the world?
Saudi Arabia.
Now it's Saudi, they're building it, but now it's in Dubai.
Right, okay.
The other one is coming soon, is in Saudi.
Right, okay.
Both of them Arab countries. Both of them in Arab, not just Arab country, because Algeria is an Arab country, Morocco, but both of them in the Arab Peninsula, which Prophet Muhammad prophesied about.
Right, okay.
Bedouins. You know what I mean? Bedouins. So it's not just randomly, specifically like detailed. So how do you know that? You know what I mean? So another one, I'll give you another one. Prophet Muhammad, he said there will come a time from the signs of the hour that you see women dressed but are naked at the same time. Person think, hold a minute, that's contradiction. Dressed but are naked at the same time. No, that's not contradiction. We can see that in our time. How we knew that? Another one. Prophet Muhammad said, because what you have to understand, Bani Amin, that as a Muslims, we're not just blind followers, rather we have a tangible proofs that we can share with everyone to come to a conclusion that Islam is the truth and Muhammad is the true prophet without any doubt. Because remember, as I've said, this man came to the prophet of the creator. You know what I mean? Therefore, it has to come with a powerful proofs.
Some sort of proof to
show that. Not just powerful ones. You know what I mean? Prophet Muhammad said, he will come at time, the Muslim, they will take over Constantinople. Constantinople, Istanbul. So the Muslim took over Constantinople and 800 years after Prophet Muhammad passed away. Another prophecy, Prophet Muhammad mentioned, alayhi salatu wasalam, it will come a time when the Arab Peninsula will turn to rivers and gardens. Look to Dubai. Dubai and Saudi 50 years ago was a pure desert.
So all these prophecies are in the Quran?
No, the Quran is the word of Allah. As for the word of Muhammad, is it called Sunnah, book of Sunnah. The prophecy in the Quran, and reflect upon this. Allah said in the Quran, I'm going to recite in Arabic then translate it, okay? Allah said, هو الذي أرسل رسوله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله. It is Allah who sent his Prophet Muhammad with the truth and the clear guidance in order for Islam to prevail the other religions. Now there is many barriers to stop Islam from spreading.
So can I ask, is the Sunnah also like free from corruption and like the Quran's meant to be? Is that also meant to be?
Sunnah.
Yeah, the Sunnah, is that divine like revelation?
It's a divine revelation
as well as the Quran.
Let me clarify between the two. Let me finish that one and clarify between the two. So what was going to say? The other one, which is
يظهره على دين كله.
The prophecy in the Quran that Islam will overpower the other religions. In our time, there's many barriers, media, ISIS, many barriers stopping Islam to spread. But the fastest growing religion on the face of the earth is Islam. Who's doing the job? No, we're not that powerful. The Muslims are very weak in our time because it's the Creator. And if the Creator wants to establish something in His dominion, nothing can stop it. That is in the Quran. So as for the Quran and the Sunnah, the Quran, the wording, and the meaning from Allah. As for the Sunnah, Allah inspired Prophet Muhammad, and Prophet Muhammad puts in his wording. Okay, that's the difference between the two. But both of them are revelation, inspired by Allah. I want to ask you this question, Benjamin. I have been asking many people this question. Maybe you have the answer for it. Do you know any book the size of the Quran, the size of this book? It has been memorized by 100 million of people who doesn't know the language of the book.
I can't find it.
It's like, let me give you an example. It's like you and I, we memorize this book in Chinese, but you and I wouldn't know Chinese.
Chinese.
You know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. And that's why it's a miracle. Miracle is beyond people's capacity.
Yeah.
The Quran, hundreds of millions of people memorize the Quran and don't speak the language of the Quran. Rather,
The Quran says that there will be
that's another prophecy. Allah said in the Quran, Surah Al-Qamar, وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ. We have made Quran easy to be memorized. Is it in a reminder? So, when Allah revealed this verse was revealed on the people that were Arabic speakers.
Yeah.
But Allah mentioned that and He made it easy for everyone. And that's what is taking place right now. You speak to a brother from Africa, brother from Jamaica, he knows the whole Quran from letter to letter, but letter by letter, from page to page. Yeah? When you tell him speak to me in Arabic, he cannot speak Arabic. Even if he can sometimes, he doesn't know how to pronounce the Arabic letters. However, when he recites the Quran, he pronounces it perfectly. Is that me telling me, read English? So I read A Brief Guide to Islam.
Yeah.
When I start speaking to you, I said, me going, me not coming. You think, are you taking a mic? You just read it correctly. You know what I mean? That's what Allah mentioned in the Quran.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Likewise, Benjamin, sorry for taking your time.
No, it's
yeah?
okay, no.
Thank you very much. Allah mentioned in the Quran that Muhammad, your name and your description is being mentioned in the previous books. Okay?
Right.
In the previous scriptures. Now let me show you something which is very amazing. That there is a scripture that's been found backdated 1,000 years before Prophet Muhammad was born. However, it has description of Prophet Muhammad. I'll let you read it. This Isaiah 42.
Behold my servant, whom I uphold.
My electoral.
On whom my soul relies. I put my spirit upon him, to do justice to the Gentiles.
The Gentiles who are the non-Jews. Yes.
He will not cry out or raise his voice, nor cause his voice to be heard in the street.
No, Anwar, you want to sit in the car?
I want to listen. Is that right, yeah? So,
Justice.
For truth, yeah?
Yeah.
There's a lot, watch this one, yeah? Look, let the witness and its cities lift up there, the village that Kedah inhabit. Let the inhabitants of sing. So there's two names here, Kedah and Selah. Who's Kedah? We go Genesis 25:13 and it tells you who's Kedah. Okay? And these were the names?
Ishmael,
Nabiot and Kedah. So Kedah is the son of who? Ishmael. Okay. Another name here has been mentioned. Let the inhabitants of Selah sing. And we know that Selah, let me Google it for you and you see where Selah. So now, we know historically speaking, there is no prophet came from the lineage of Ishmael after Isaiah, because Moses before Isaiah, Solomon before Isaiah. After Isaiah, the only prophet that came from the lineage of Ishmael is Muhammad. Muhammad is the son of Abdullah, son of Abdul Muttalib, son of Hashim, Abdul Manaf. Then he goes back to Aydar. Kedah, son of Ishmael, son of Ibrahim. Watch this.
When we can then the youth some change you got put inside the team. It's spread from the side. Spread from the side. So they can read it.
Bro, that's what, as a Muslim, we're not just saying believe, you know what, I mean, just believe Islam, that's it, or just pray, no. We have, as we have mentioned, the tangible proof that establish Muhammad is a true prophet. What do you think what I mentioned so far to you? Does it make sense?
Yes, it does, yeah.
Is it clear to you?
Yeah, clearish, yeah.
Are you still an agnostic?
Huh?
Are you still an agnostic?
You can't, because
No, it's just that I can get, as I say, I don't have a prophet said, no,
But see what's happened, Benjamin, the brother's just alluding to the higher power. And if you look at us as Muslims, we believe that clear, that higher power is Allah. And then look at the prophet who explained to you about the prophet, and brought you the proofs of how Muhammad is upon him is the prophet of God. Do you understand? So the higher power is God. I'm sure you don't believe something can create itself.
No.
So the creator is God. That creator is Allah. And when someone creates, they create for a purpose, don't they?
Yeah.
Anything. So Allah's telling us in the Quran, the reason why He's created us is to worship Him.
Right. Okay.
Because that would be a natural question that anybody would ask. If somebody made something, there must be a purpose why it was made.
Yeah.
So
You want to give your life some purpose.
So that's why as Muslims,
So now you have the information.
that's why the clear purpose that Allah tells us in the Quran, after all what the brothers explained, is to worship Him. And this is why as Muslims we worship God.
Right. Okay.
Because God, when someone creates something, they don't create for a foolish purpose.
Like a person might say, why do I have to worship God? You see, no, as the brother mentioned, if you're going to cross the road and the car tries to run you over and he saves your life, even if he said to you, don't thank me, you say what you deserve it. The Creator deserves to be worshipped. Like if someone comes try to kill one of us with a gun, there's two things we do. Either we try to find ourselves or run away. Because the love that we have is so dear to us. Why would the one who give it to us for free? Why don't we thank him?
Go back to the point you made.
Yeah.
So
I'm saying, why do you thank him? Now a person said, you should thank him. You should appreciate what the Creator has given you. You know what I mean? But as I have mentioned, a person might say, I'm going to appreciate the Creator who has given me the eyes that's so valuable to me, my life that's so valuable to me. But how? That's when the prophets and messengers come in, that according to the prophets and messenger. So you want to show the appreciation to your Creator. You want to give thanks to your Creator who has given you. You see what I'm saying? But the only way has to do the way He wants you to do it. For example, Benjamin, if you want to buy a gift for your friend, would you buy a gift that you love or your friend loves? Your friend loves. Now, if you want to worship the Creator, you should worship Him the way you love or the way He loves.
That makes sense the way that He is.
That's why Allah said in the Quran. Look what Allah said in the Quran always. Allah said, "Inna fi khalqis sama." I'm going to translate it. Allah said, "Inna fi khalqis samawati wal ard, wa ikhtilafi al-layli wan nahar, la ayatin li ulil albab." الذين يذكرون الله قياما وقعودا وعلى جنوبهم ويتفكرون في خلق السماوات والأرض ربنا ما خلقت هذا باطلا سبحانك فقنا عذاب النار. Allah said, as for those who reflect upon the creation of the heavens and the earth and the changing of the day and the night, they say, our Lord, indeed you have not created this creation without any purpose. Our Lord, forgive us. You see what I'm saying? Because regardless how much you will worship your Creator, you will never repay back what the Creator has given you. Your family, provide for you. Look from the mercy of the Creator, rain. You know the money that we have is useless if there is no rain. That's why if you want to help people in a poor country, you send food to them. Because if you send the money to them, it's nothing. You see what I'm saying? And let me give you another thing that show you, look, what is our life and what God has given us. There's one from the Salaf, meaning the Salaf, one of the scholars of the past. He was sitting with the king in his palace and he said, I want water. He said, King, I can see you're so thirsty. How much would you give me to give you water? He said, I will give you my half kingdom. He said, okay. Then he got the water and he come back. He said, King, drink it. He drank it. Then he was to go to the bathroom. He said, King, how much would you give in order for you to relieve yourself? Imagine you're holding yourself and you cannot relieve it. He said, I will give my other half kingdom. He said, King, remember, your whole kingdom is worth of water and urine. You see what I'm saying? So remember, you know this life is nothing, Benjamin. One day you and I are going to live this life. That's what Allah said in the Quran. قُلْ إِنَّ الْمَوْتَ الَّذِي تَفِرُّونَ مِنْهُ فَإِنَّهُ مُلَاقِيكُمْ ثُمَّ تُرَدُّونَ إِلَى عَالِمِ الْغَيْبِ وَالشَّهَادَةِ فَيُنَبِّئُكُمْ بِمَا كُنْتُمْ تَعْمَلُونَ. Say to them, O Muhammad, indeed, or verily, the death you try to escape from surely will meet you and you return to Allah. We're not ready for death, but death is ready for us. How many people that we know, they left the house and never come back? How many people won't sleep, they never wake up? Are we ready for that place, the grave? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, when the death comes to one of them, He said, رَبِّ ارْجِعُونَ لَعَلِّي أَعْمَلُ صَالِحًا فِيمَا تَرَكْتُ كَلَّا إن هي إلا كلمة هو قائلها ومن ورائهم برزخ إلى يوم يبعثون. Allah said, when the death comes to one of them, he said, oh my Lord, return me back to this life. Perhaps I do righteous actions. Allah said, nay, these only words uttering. But if we return him, he will do worse. You see what I'm saying? So you still have a chance now. Look, you never knew that you're going to meet us today. That's why as a Muslim who believe Allah will never punish anyone until the proof becomes clear to him. After, if you turn away from it and reject it, you should not blame no one except yourself. Because there's universal proofs and the Quranic proofs go hand in hand to establish the Creator is Allah. Like Jesus, what was he? Person might say, why there is different religion then? Jesus was not Christian. Christian was distant Christian. But the Romans, you know what I mean? Moses, he was a Jew, that's his background. But what was his system belief? He submitted to God. Because Islam means submission to the Creator according to the way of the Prophet that comes to you. You see what I'm saying? So why would you tell Benjamin, without any doubt, I'm giving you an open invitation to Islam.
So
I would like to read a bit more of it first.
No problem at all.
I mean, if I could take just a few of these away, and I mean, I'm sincere, you know. I mean,
I can see clearly. I can see that. Benjamin, I highly respect you because when the brother was speaking to when the brother was speaking to you and he made sense to you, you accepted it.
Yes, because I'm a logical person, you know what I mean? So it was just like, I never really thought too deeply on how can I contact you guys?
Take my number if you want to change my number.
Yeah, sure.